K-drama Haven family, get comfortable, because what I'm about to tell you isn't just another celebrity update. It's a story of fate. A story of two names forever linked in the hearts of millions. Yes, Wang and Shen Yue. The moment they were spotted together again, after years of silence, fans everywhere asked the same question. Wait, are they back together? And today, we're not just replaying the viral clip. We're breaking it down. We're revisiting their history. We're uncovering the hidden clues and the truth behind the reunion that's taken over the internet. So buckle up, because this is the reunion that has fans across the world crying, screaming, and hoping all over again. The legacy of Meteor Garden. To understand why this reunion hit so hard, we need to go back. Back to 2018. When Meteor Garden premiered, it wasn't just another drama. It was a phenomenon. Wang, a complete newcomer at the time, stepped into the role of Dao Mingxi. Fiery, unpredictable, arrogant, yet with a heart waiting to be softened. And Shen Yue? She embodied Shanghai. Stubborn, fierce, yet endlessly kind. From the very first scene, sparks flew. Their arguments weren't just scripted. Their laughter wasn't just acting. Their stolen glances felt too real. The world watched in awe, and a fandom was born. But here's the thing. Fans weren't just falling for Dao Mingxi and Shanghai. They were falling for Dylan and Shen Yue. The magic behind the scenes. Behind the cameras, the whispers began. Crew members noticed how Dylan's eyes always searched for Shen Yue. How her laughter came easiest when he was around. How even when the director yelled cut, they didn't let go of each other's hands right away. And fans? They caught on instantly. Every interview they gave was pure electricity. Dylan teasing Shen Yue relentlessly. Shen Yue blushing, pretending to be annoyed, but never truly hiding her smile. Then came the fan meetings. Crowds screaming both their names together. Dylan. Shen Yue. The way he shielded her when crowds got too loud. The way she looked up at him like he was her anchor. The conclusion was unavoidable. This wasn't just acting. This was something real. The years of silence. But fame is a double-edged sword. As fast as their connection bloomed, distance crept in. Wang's star rose higher and higher. Endorsements. Magazine covers. Dramas lined up one after the other. Shen Yue too carved out her own career path, moving from project to project. And suddenly, the live stream stopped. The playful selfies ended. The moments fans craved disappeared. In their place, rumors. She's dating someone else. He's moved on. It was all just PR. They've cut ties completely. The silence was deafening. And the fandom's heart broke. The secret meetings. But here's the truth most people never knew. Behind the silence, Dylan and Shen Yue still found ways to see each other. Private cafes. Low-key dinners with mutual friends. Moments carefully hidden from the cameras. One insider revealed something shocking. No matter how far apart their schedules were, they always circled back to each other. It wasn't something they could explain. It was just fate. Think about that. Even when the world thought they were finished, Dylan and Shen Yue were quietly protecting what they had. The struggles of fame and love. But as romantic as that sounds, it wasn't easy. Agencies pressured them to stay silent. The media chased every move. Fans demanded answers they couldn't give. And Dylan himself once dropped a heartbreaking clue. In an old interview, he said, "There are people in your life who matter more than anyone else. But sometimes, protecting them means not showing the world everything." At the time, no one understood. But looking back, fans are convinced he was talking about Shen Yue. Because protecting her meant hiding their bond. And that silence left scars. The viral reunion. Fast forward to 2025. It happened in an instant. A shaky fan video. Wang, Shen Yue, walking side by side at an event. But it wasn't just walking. It was the way Dylan instinctively reached out, guiding her gently through the crowd. It was the way Shen Yue's face lit up when he leaned closer, whispering something only she could hear. It was the way they laughed together, the same laugh fans remembered from 2018. Within hours, the clip went viral. Hashtags exploded across Weibo, Twitter, and TikTok. Hashtag Dylan Shen Yue reunion. Hashtag Meteor Garden forever. Hashtag back together. The internet was in chaos. Fans' reactions. The fandom poured out its heart. This isn't nostalgia. This is destiny. The way he looks at her hasn't changed in 7 years. I waited for this moment for half a decade. I'm crying. Fan edits flooded timelines, placing the new reunion clips side by side with their old Meteor Garden scenes. The conclusion was clear. Nothing had changed. The chemistry was still alive. The bond was still unbreakable. The hidden clues. Eagle-eyed fans didn't stop there. They zoomed in. They analyzed. They slowed down the footage. Dylan glancing at Shen Yue every few seconds. Shen Yue leaning slightly toward him when cameras flashed. Their private laugh, a joke only they understood. To outsiders, it may have looked ordinary. But to the fandom, it was everything. It was confirmation. The struggle behind the smiles. But let's not forget, this reunion didn't erase the struggles they faced. Years of rumors. Years of being paired with new co-stars. Years of fans questioning, doubting, even fighting about them. And yet, here they were, smiling, together, proving that no amount of time or distance could erase what they shared. Are they back together? So the question remains, are Dylan Wang and Shen Yue back together? Insiders hint this wasn't a coincidence. Though invited separately, they spent almost the entire event together. Some even claim they were spotted leaving in the same car afterwards, slipping away quietly, away from the flashing cameras. Officially, there's no statement. But sometimes, silence tells the whole story. And this silence? It doesn't sound like denial. It sounds like protection. A love story that won't die. At its heart, this reunion proves what fans have always believed. That Dylan Wang and Shen Yue's story isn't over. It never was. From 2018 until today, through distance and silence, their connection has survived. And now, the world has been reminded, some bonds are simply too strong to fade. The storm of silence. After the reunion clip went viral, fans expected Shen Yue to post something immediately. Her Instagram stories? Empty. Her Weibo? Quiet. Her fan accounts? Silent, except for reposting edits of her and Dylan together. Insiders later revealed why. She was overwhelmed. It wasn't just a few clips, it was the entire internet exploding at once. Millions of people, overnight, demanding answers from her. She needed time to process. But silence only fueled the storm. News outlets ran endless headlines. Shen Yue ghosts fans amid Dylan Wang reunion hype. Why won't Shen Yue speak? The silence that's breaking the fandom. Is Shen Yue hiding her feelings for Dylan? And fans? They waited. They begged. They pleaded. One viral fan tweet read, Shen Yue, please just tell us one thing. Did you smile like that because it was scripted or because it was real? The unexpected interview. Days turned into a week. Speculation turned into frustration. Then, seemingly out of nowhere, Shen Yue agreed to a sit-down interview for her new drama promotion. No one expected her to mention Dylan Wang. But deep down, everyone was hoping. And then, halfway through, the reporter dared to ask, Shen Yue, the world has seen you and Dylan Wang together again. What does that moment mean to you? For a second, Shen Yue froze. Her hands trembled slightly as she held her cup of tea. Her smile faded into something more vulnerable. The room grew silent. And then, she whispered the words that would shake the internet. It wasn't planned, but maybe it was fate. Lifting the curtain. For years, Shen Yue had been cautious. Every time Dylan's name came up, she'd smile politely, change the subject, or brush it off as just work. But this time, something was different. This time, she opened her heart. Back then, after Meteor Garden, everything happened so fast. One day we were just filming, the next day, the whole world knew us. People shipped us, loved us, even pressured us. It was overwhelming. Her eyes glistened with unshed tears. We were so young. We didn't know how to handle it. So we stepped away. We thought maybe distance was the answer. Fans watching couldn't believe it. She was finally confirming what everyone had suspected: the years of distance. Her voice grew softer as she revealed the hardest part. There were times when we couldn't talk, times when we had to pretend to be strangers, even though it hurt so much inside. That was the most painful part of all, seeing someone who feels like home and pretending they don't exist. The interviewer hesitated, sensing her emotion, but Shen Yue pressed on. Every time I saw his face on TV, on magazines, on billboards, I felt proud, but also a little sad, because I knew he wasn't just Dylan Wang, the star. He was still Aussie, my partner, my friend, someone who had seen me at my most vulnerable. And then came the line that broke millions of hearts. Even when we weren't together, he never really left my life. Maybe not physically, but always in my heart. The reunion. Finally, the moment the world had been waiting for. Her lips curled into a small, almost shy smile as she described seeing Dylan again. When I saw him, it was like no time had passed. The same laugh, the same way he teases me, the way his eyes light up, it felt like being back on set, but also like coming home. The interviewer leaned forward. So, it wasn't awkward? Shen Yue shook her head, smiling through tears. No. Not even for a second. It was natural. Too natural. The entire fandom erupted at those words. The question everyone wanted. Of course, the interviewer couldn't resist the ultimate question. So, Shen Yue, are you and Dylan Wang back together? She laughed, that same sweet, shy laugh that once melted millions of hearts in Meteor Garden. Then she paused, her smile fading into something more serious. Some things don't need labels. Some things just need time. The world reacts. Within hours of the interview airing, social media exploded again, this time even louder than before. Clips of Shen Yue's confession were everywhere. Fan edits were uploaded within minutes, overlaying her words with emotional music, with flashbacks of her and Dylan's most iconic scenes. The top trending hashtags worldwide were hashtag Shen Yue speaks, hashtag Dylan and Shen forever, hashtag fate not coincidence. One fan wrote, she didn't have to say yes. She didn't have to confirm anything, but her tears said everything. Her heart said everything. Another added, this is not a reunion for the cameras. This is destiny unfolding before our eyes. K-drama Haven family, for years we've waited. For years, we've wondered if what we saw on screen was real. And now, Shen Yue herself has answered. She may not have confirmed a relationship outright, but she confirmed something far deeper. That Dylan Wang has never left her heart. So now the world waits for his response. Will Dylan himself speak up? Will we see them together again soon? Or is this only the beginning of a love story that's been waiting years to bloom? Stay tuned, because this reunion is far from over.